Hello everybody and welcome back to Traversing Food, where today we're going to be checking out this Russian 24-hour airplane and helicopter rations for crew members. I'm not sure if this is official or commercial, but looking at having like a carry handle on there, I'm going to assume it's commercial. But we got a little bit of nutritional information on here. Got 126 grams of protein, 223.2 grams of fat, 550 grams of carbohydrates. It's 4,720 kcals and weighs 2,260 grams, or just shy of 5 pounds. And this ration was packed on June 22nd, 2020. Got a best by date of May 22nd, 2021, which was just about a little less than 2 weeks ago. I'm sure everything in there is fine. But we've got a list here of everything that's in the ration. I'm going to find out when I open this up, which I'm going to do off to the side. Looking at the back, see a lot of little, I don't know if you can see a lot of little granules in there. I'm guessing a pack of sugar has broken sides, so I'm going to open this off to the side. Okay, let's get this thing opened up and see what we got in here. Try not to hit the camera. Okay, first up, got a little sheet in here of everything that's in here and a guide of what to have for like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, which is what I usually go by. But I'm going to set this off to the side here. There we go. Started getting stuff out. First up, got some napkins. Got 4 spoons. Got 3 packs of disinfectant wipes. One's for your like hands and face, and the other one's for your utensils and tray. Actually, we got 4. Got 2 packs of tea. We've got 5 packs of crackers. Got a packet of sweetened condensed milk. 2 packs of instant coffee. We've got a packet of spiced tomato sauce, and it's got stuff in there like cinnamon, allspice, clove, nutmeg. I've had this before, it tastes pretty interesting. Got a package of dry milk powder. I guess you can make a glass of milk or use it with your coffee or tea. Got our pack of apple jam. We've got 2 water purification tablets. Got a little stove with 3 fuel tabs. And a pack of all-weather matches. We've got a multivitamin. We've got a chocolate spread. This is kind of like Nutella, and I'm glad. Usually this gets pretty beat up and it's broke, but it came through okay. Got an officer's chocolate bar. We've got a apple drink. And we have an orange drink. Yeah, I guess it don't matter which side it's on. And getting on to some of the main items, which, looking at some of them, I'm pretty surprised that they're not leaking. We've got a cheese spread. Not too bad looking. I believe this is the vegetable caviar. I think this is the one that's tomato based. The other one I believe is zucchini based. Got a tin of canned sausage. I believe this is like Spam. We got a beef and liver pate with butter. And before I forget, we got 5 packs of sugar, and yeah, one of them was leaking. Got a rice porridge with beef, and that can's fine. And something that I was not expecting, got a can of Borscht with fresh cabbage. And it's a little beat up. And this one just says meat with green peas and carrots. I believe I've had this before. It's pretty good, and I'm seriously amazed this can lived through it, because it is seriously dented and it's actually not leaking anywhere. And that is everything in the box. And definitely plenty of food. The 24-hour Russian rations, they always have plenty of food. And before I forget, just want to mention I got this from the great people at MRE Mountain. That's where I get a lot of my foreign rations. I was going to say try and figure out what I'm going to do for breakfast, but I'm going to go buy the pre-planned menu for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Done it many times. It works pretty well. So let me get my tray. We'll get breakfast ready. Okay, here's everything for breakfast. And before I get started, just want to mention two things. On a little sheet here that I always go by, you know, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I know it's not translated, but on this one, we got breakfast, late breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So actually this one's kind of split up into 4 meals, but I'm just going to put breakfast and late breakfast together. The only thing that's missing here is a chocolate bar. I'm going to have it later. And the other thing that I missed, in the Ziploc bag with the napkins and the spoons, wrapped up in there was your little tool to open these little tins, but I could never use it worth a darn. 2 packs of pepper and pack of salt. And just in case we need some salt and pepper for our rice porridge with beef, got them there. But okay, yeah, breakfast. Got our rice porridge with beef, got our liver pate with butter, got our apple jam, crackers or biscuits, our cheese spread, got our sweetened condensed milk, coffee, tea, and everything about the apple jam. I noticed there's, I don't know if that's a little bit of leakage there, or maybe some that just came out when it was sealed. Another thing, I know it says April 25th, 2020. That's not the best buy date with the Russian rations. That's the packaging date. But anyway, get started real quick. Get this in some hot water. And we'll get our tea and coffee ready. Had this tea many times. I'm not sure about the coffee. I don't know if it's the same coffee as normal or it's plastic sealed on the inside. That's why they make a knife. And that is just your standard freeze-dried coffee. And while our breakfast is heating up, I'm going to heat up some water and get our coffee and tea ready. Okay, we got our tea and coffee ready. Check out our disinfectant wipes. Like I said, there's 2 to a package. You got one for like your hands and face and skin, and you got another one for your like tray and utensils. And I've always liked these. Like a dryer sheet. Not too wet. They're flexible in one direction, but pretty stiff in the other direction. These are not dripping wet like a lot of the other ones are, but they're just wet enough to get everything nice and cleaned up. It only takes a few seconds. Hands are dry. Check out the other one really quick and wipe off our spoon. Hope everybody is doing okay. There we go. Alright, let's start getting some things opened up. Got our 100 grams of liver pate with butter. I think this is both beef and pork. Got our cheese spread kind of sort of apple jam side. Get some crackers opened up. Got our 90 grams of cheese spread. Let's get the apple jam done first. Do a little quick kneading. Like I said, I don't know if that's actually a leak there at the corner, or that was done when it was manufactured. I don't know if there's a tear notch on here or not, but get our knife, take care of that problem. See what that looks like and tastes on its own. Looks like it's normal color. Had it plenty of times. Yeah, it tastes just fine. It tastes like good old sweet apples. Just pureed. Very good. And before I get to the crackers, I'm going to check out everything first. This This liver pate with butter is really smooth. Very creamy. It doesn't have a very strong liver flavor to it. It's a little bit salty, but that's usually expected. Has that, like, you know, Brunswager flavor. That's really good. And our cheese spread is also very creamy. And yeah, you can tell it's processed cheese spread, but it has really good flavor. It's also not too salty. Really good. Let's check out. Okay, get a little piece here. A little bit of our biscuit on its own. Yeah, your decent wheat biscuits, nice and crunchy. They're not very salty, which to me means, you know, you want to eat them with something else. But I'm not going to do it individually. I'm just going to do the liver pate and the cheese spread together. Just see what it tastes like. And those go really well together. They complement each other really good. I'll definitely eat the rest of that together. But get a little bit of our apple jam on there. And yeah, that goes really good with the crackers too. Alright, been a good 5 minutes. I know our tea's easily done. And while it's still cooling down a little bit, I'm going to get some of our sweetened condensed milk. Get a little bit of the knead first for our coffee. Well, let me get the coffee a taste first. See what it's like on its own. It actually tastes pretty good on its own. It's a nice strong coffee. Doesn't taste too bitter. And compared to a lot of other instant coffees, technically that's not very bitter at all. But let's check out this sweetened condensed milk. That's got pretty good flavor. It's not as sweet as some of the other sweetened condensed milks I've had. I guess I don't know if that's the sugar content, but 8.5%, but it's got good flavor. Yeah, that ought to be enough. There we go, didn't want to use too much. Yeah, it seems just about right. Still got a good coffee flavor, just a little bit sweet and creamy. I probably used about a spoonful. That worked out nice. Okay, here is our main. And one thing I always like about a lot of the Russian main meals is the ingredients are really simple. Like I said, this is rice porridge with beef. And the ingredients is just beef, rice, water, beef fat, onions, salt and pepper. That's it. Always really simple. Definitely hot. A little bit of a pain to open up. Maybe one day I'll get used to using that little tool. Or at least go online to see how it's done. There we go. Alright. Get this out of the tray. A little bit greasy. They usually are. Like I said, it's got beef fat in there. There we go. Like I said, really simple dish. You can see the chunks of beef in there. Plenty of rice. Smells great. But let me check see how the rice is. I only had this in the hot water for about, I'd say about 8 minutes. Really good flavor. The rice, it's not mushy, but it's a little bit on the soft side. Check out a piece of beef. Beef tastes great. Definitely doesn't need any salt, but I always add pepper to it. I like a little extra pepper in these rice porridges and the kasha style dishes. There we go. Did a little bit of everything there. Yeah, that tastes really good with the extra pepper. Yeah, I know I forgot to mention it, but people want to know This meal was 250 grams. Yeah, it's just great stuff there. Oh, check out our tea. And tea's pretty good too. Not bitter. I've always enjoyed it. Maybe sometime I might try a little sugar in it. But I usually drink it plain. But anyway, that's going to do it for breakfast and late breakfast. But everything here is just so good. The main meal, this cheese spread with the liver pate with butter. Man, that just goes together so well. But anyway, definitely a good breakfast. I'm sure lunch is going to be just as good, and I'll see you then. Okay, everybody, here we are for lunch. We got our beef with green peas and carrots. I thought this was like a vegetable caviar, but I believe this is going to be like cut vegetables in tomato sauce. That's 100 grams. Got our 30-gram chocolate bar, biscuits, 100 grams of our like sausage. I don't think it's a pate. I think it's more like Spam. And we got our orange drink. But anyway, this one's pretty peed up. Let me get this in some hot water. We'll get it heated up real quick. Okay, let's see what this is. Now it does kind of look like maybe some cut up vegetables and tomato sauce. And our sausage. I should have put that in some hot water. That's quite fatty. And we'll get a few biscuits out. There we go. Get our drink ready. I remember drinking these all the time when I was a kid. Well, not this brand, but I always forget what they were called. I think it started with a Q. I could be wrong. But anyway, let's check out, see what this is. Yeah, it looks like just a bunch of cut vegetables. Looks like carrots, maybe some onion, green bell pepper, red bell pepper. It smells good. Tastes pretty good too. You can see there's a lot of oil in there. It might be olive oil. See what it tastes like on a biscuit. And doesn't taste too bad. This has a very light flavor to it. I'd probably use a little bit of pepper. Some people might want a little salt in there too. It's actually not too bad. And it's not really pate. It's pretty stiff. Probably could have, like I said, put in some hot water. And that tastes pretty good too. The main meat in there is pork, beef, and bacon. It's pretty salty, but then again, it's processed. And besides, the grease all the way around, you can probably see the little white globs of grease or hard fat in there too. Trying to get another piece out of there. There we go. Get some on a biscuit and some of our little vegetables. And those go together pretty well too. Since this is not too salty, the sausage gives a lot more flavor. And we'll check out our orange drink. And that's a pretty interesting flavor. Yeah, it's very light on the orange flavor. It almost tastes like tangerine. It's a little bit tart, not too sweet. It's actually pretty good. And here's our main. I accidentally pulled off the pull tab, so I had to cut the rest of it around with a knife. I did pour some of the grease off too. It was quite greasy. So let's get this onto a tray. And it smells good, but the peas are okay. The carrots are ground pretty fine. But one thing I'm noticing, the beef, like there's just like a solid piece of fat. Here's another chunk of fat. This one is quite fatty. But we'll see what it's like. I think a decent chunk of beef there. And it's not bad. The peas and the carrots give it a natural sweetness. Tastes good. And I figured the peas would be pretty mushy, but no. They're actually still a little bit firm. It's pretty enjoyable. I don't think I need any pepper in that either. Seems okay. It's not too salty. Yeah, it's actually pretty good. And last but not least, we'll check out our officer's bar, our chocolate bar. No bloom on it. It came out pretty good. Ration being about 1.5 years old, I figured it'd have a little bit of bloom to it, but it don't. And these chocolate bars are not really a dark chocolate. I'd say maybe it's about 80%. They're more on the sweet side. There's really no bitterness to them, but they do have a really good flavor. But anyway, that's going to do it for lunch. Everything here is pretty good. The vegetables, they could use a little bit of salt, but mixed with the sausage, they mix together pretty well. Now, I didn't even have to put in any pepper in the beef with sweet peas and carrots, but I was kind of disappointed. You know, some of the beef was, I mean, just chunks, really fatty. But it is what it is. Still tastes good though. But anyway, that's going to do it for lunch. I'll see you at dinner. Okay, here we are for dinner. We've got our borscht, which, if nobody's had this before, doesn't know what it is, it's basically beet soup with cabbage and got other vegetables in there. And we got our chocolate spread with some biscuits, our apple drink. And for dinner, you know, it's said to have the milk drink. Some people sometimes think this is like a non-dairy powder for your tea or your coffee, but it actually says it's a milk drink, and you mix it with 200 milliliters of hot water, and to add coffee if necessary. And one thing I forgot to check out was spiced tomato sauce. It's like a tomato sauce with it's very heavy on the coriander and allspice. I'm really not sure what you'd use it for, but we're going to check it out anyway. And I got some salt and pepper as usual. But I'm going to get this in the hot water and get it started. And we'll check out our milk drink. I don't know if it's gusseted, not gusseted, but got a tear notch anywhere. I don't see one. There we go. Like I said, just milk powder. And let's see how well this mixes up. Hopefully it won't be clumpy, which it probably will. Actually mixed in pretty easily. Yeah. I'm gonna get some crackers out, no biscuits. And a chocolate spread. I can't remember if this is like a just regular chocolate spread or like Nutella. And our apple drink. Alright, what to check out first? It's not, besides the main, there's not really a whole lot to check out. Chocolate spread is not too soft. but it has a pretty decent chocolate flavor to it. I don't know how well it'll go with the biscuits. We'll find out. Yeah, it's not too bad. I don't know if this will need a quick mix again, but give our milk drink a try. Yeah, that is actually pretty good. I didn't look, but I don't know if it has sugar added to it or not, but it does have a nice sweetness. I bet that'd be a whole lot better at breakfast with a pack of coffee in there. But I wonder if I can get some of this to melt with my coffee drink, or my milk drink. I'm just going to let it sit in there and melt for a little while. See how that does. Okay, I guess some of the solid material doesn't want to mix in too well, but most of it does. And I did look at the ingredients. This does have sugar and vanilla flavoring in it. It does give a little bit of a chocolate flavor to it. It's a lot sweeter now, but it'd probably do a whole lot better with coffee. While our main is still heating up, let's check out this tomato sauce. I'm pretty sure I've had this before. Yeah, I've had that before. It's pretty strong. It's like a tomato sauce, really heavy on the coriander flavor. You can taste the allspice in there. It's nice, but I'm not sure what you'd use it for. Okay, here is our main. It smells really good. It's been a long time since I've had some decent borscht. When I was younger, my grandma used to make some every now and then. Alright, that's far enough. These are a real pain to open. Got a lot of cabbage in there. This one seems more like almost like a stew than a soup. Like chunks of beets, carrots. I don't know what else is in there. Probably onions. Smells nice. Let's check this out. Yeah, that has a really nice beet flavor. A little bit sweet. Seems like it's got enough salt for me. Really don't taste cabbage, but you can definitely see it. That just has such a really nice flavor. I don't think I'm even going to add pepper to it. That's really good. Yeah, that is really nice. Check out our apple drink. That's got a good flavor to it. It's a lot better than the orange drink, that's for sure. Nice apple flavor, a little bit tart, a little bit sweet. I like it. But anyway, that's going to do it for this Russian 24-hour aircraft and helicopter crew member ration. Everything in here is really good. I mean, there's definitely a lot of food. I know next time if I get that milk drink, I'm going to use it for breakfast and add the packet of coffee to it. So I know the coffee would go really well with that. For all the mains, the definite highlight here is the borscht. It's really good. Even though I always praise the kasha and the rice porridge, but yeah, definitely a winner here with the borscht. But like I said, that's going to do it. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, hit that like button, share with your friends, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.